Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, good afternoon. No, I've already said that. And welcome. It's Nurse Richard, the Wax Wizard. Sorry, this is the last. I'm just waiting for the last appointment on Friday. Been a long week, been a long day. Oh, anyway, please stay tuned for this. This has got the most amazing eardrum peel I've seen in ages. But before that, have a look at this. They're coming out now of this lovely lady. Look at that. It's a really long ribbon. But it pulled it out, and then it was just literally hanging out of her ear. Yeah, incredible skin ribbon there. Look at that. But it was, and she came with a friend as well. When she came with a friend, and she could see this hanging out. It was literally hanging up to about here. Oh, we did laugh. Anyway, but after that, I looked at this. I thought, oh no, what's going on down here? Because there was a bit of a red tinge here. Now, I don't think this was blood. Can't rule it out. But it's a really thin sheet of skin covering the eardrum. And when I got that, I thought, oh, that's probably it then. Lovely little backwards peel up there. So satisfying. These are so difficult to do, but they're so satisfying to watch. When it's finally complete, there's always a moment like that. And that's yet to come, so please stay tuned for it. It is an amazing one. So yeah, I don't think it's blood, although it's not impossible. It could just be a little stain from the darker earwax that's coated this. I'm really not sure. Now it's really odd when it presents like this, and I believe this lady's had this for quite a long time. I know she has seen a few other providers, and she's seen a GP, and when she's had the lateral wax removed, and they said, yeah, looks okay now. But still, she said, still couldn't hear very well. She was a bit jittery and a bit twitchy as well. I don't think she's had some great experiences at other places she's been, because they would have looked at that, and I would forgive them for thinking this. Yeah, that's okay. It looks all right now. But she clearly has a problem just shedding the very top layer of her eardrum, because it's just stayed down there. And what's also happened is it's got a pool. She's put oil in, and it's got a pool of oil underneath it as well. Now, I was quite not nervous, apprehensive going near this lady's eardrum, because like I said, she was a little twitchy, and whenever I grabbed it there, the little bit of oil came up the tube and made a little funny noise. But watch when it comes away, it's amazing. And I think Conrad had one very similar to this, and I think he called it shrink wrap eardrum. And it's the thinnest of thin layer, but it kind of acts as a muffler on the eardrum. There you go. Oh, can you just see it lifting up there? It's so thin you wouldn't know it was there. But have a look at this coming away. Look at that. That's so satisfying. It really is. When that happens. It's not done yet either. There's an amazing little backwards peel coming up as well. Watch this, coming all the way up the ear canal. I just love watching ones like this. Hopefully you guys do too. There's more ears coming up in this, by the way. Stay tuned. It is a little compilation. I thought I'd start it with the best one, although there are some really good ones to come. So just look at the colour of that eardrum now. Absolutely perfect now. And who'd have thought, just that really thin sheet of skin on there, just peeling that away, and it was like, she was all of a sudden she was hearing in HD. She couldn't believe the difference. I mean, sure enough, the first one made a bit of a difference when we pulled that out, but when we removed that from the eardrum, it was mind blowing to her, the difference it made. And speaking of mind blowing, the size of these two next things coming up. You're a bit gobsmacked at. Now I think that might well be the full size tube. It was a big ear. It was a big ear canal, and as soon as I latched onto that, just watch how this comes out. It's a thing of beauty, this one. There aren't enough superlatives for it when it goes this well. A Bobby Dazzler, a crackerjack of a plug. Have a look at that. So easy to. They don't all go like that. Bit foggy, that ear canal, but you can see the eardrum well enough. Absolutely belting. Similar problem in this one too. I don't think he noticed as much problem in this one. Why, I don't know, because it was equally as full. And this one came out, it was a little bit more difficult. Easy to pick up, but just negotiating it round the bend was a little bit tricky, just got a little bit trapped. And because it's like a shard, if you will, just trying to get it on trying to get the suction tube on a flat surface is a bit tricky when it comes up like that and it's kind of pointing at you. Would have been easy enough to get it with a tool, but I already had this in my hand and I thought it's going to come out eventually, so just a quick wiggle and try and find another spot to latch onto. Again, another what should we call him? Another mobile patient who was jiggling about a little bit. But you do get a bit of wobbly camera work sometimes when you're like halfway out of the ear, because you not so much as because you're further away from the entrance to the ear. You're not necessarily bracing, you're just kind of holding the endoscope light in the air, so to speak. Look at the thick skin on this one. Another Bobby Dazzler of a chunk. Done in less than 2 minutes, this chap. Almost felt like a fraud asking him for payment when it's that quick. Like, it takes as long as it takes. Look at those. Belters. And for all those who say, never gets any tools out, I'm going to get some tools out for this one. The reason being is, not because it was particularly hard, she was quite sensitive to the noise, this lady. She had it before to a few other places, and she wasn't keen on the noise that it made. It's not the most ideal wax for tools because it is just a thin sheet of skin, but it's completely occluding the entrance to the ear canal. So I'm kind of peeling it down and embedding the hook in there. Sure enough, it is going to break through it, but this is the it's a double-ended tool. So I just flip it over and scoop it out. I don't know why I'm doing that. Scooping it out. Oh, patron. Scoop it out with the hook. Not the hook, with the curette. Like I said, it's been a long week. Anyway, dad jokes of the day. But these aren't dad jokes from my book. And I have to credit where these came from. These came from, you might have heard of him. He's called Tiny Tim. Tiny Tim's Adventures. He's a comedian from doesn't live far from us. He's from Manchester. And he does this kid's voice. I'm not going to do it. If you watched it, then you'll know. If you haven't watched it, then go and search up Tiny Tim's Adventures. He's hilarious. He's 3, nearly 6, you know. Don't ask him about his Uncle Barry wrestling his mum. Anyway, so yeah, these are some jokes from one of his pages, so credit to him. What fruit? And they do that laughing challenge. When someone tells you a joke and you've got to pretend not to laugh with a mouthful of water. So if you want to feel free, grab yourself a mouthful of water or any drink you've got and see if it works. What fruit has fun on a slide? A kiwi. What search engine does Mario use? Yahoo! Times have got tough. The kids have to use chocolate wrappers for underwear. I hope no one sees him in his Snickers. Right, last one now. What did Yoda from Star Wars, Yoda, y'all know, little green Yoda. What did Yoda say when he saw himself in 4K? Shall I do the voice? Let me get ready. What did Yoda say? I'll start again. What did Yoda say when he saw himself in 4K? HDMI. I promise I've never done a Yoda impression before. Probably never going to do one again. Earwax removal can. I'm so sorry. Get a bit giddy when it's last appointment on a Friday due, and chippy tea coming up soon. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Had a bit of fun because that's what it's all about. But for now, take care of yourself. See you later. Bye bye.